give them the rights. I may not be good for RC.
Captain, have we got an ETA on the other three yet?
Let me find out.
How you doing? Read rights, Steve.
Good afternoon, Mr. Blackwell. Mr. Blackwell, my name is Thomas Jordan. I'm the Chief Magistrate Court Judge. This is your first appearance hearing on this specific offense. I'm here only to inform you of your rights, get your paperwork, and read you your rights, okay? Mr. Blackwell, you have the right to remain silent. Give up that right. Any statement that you make could be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you fill out an application to see if you qualify for a public defender. Mr. Blackwell, you've been charged with the offense of racketeering. Mr. Blackwell, you understand what this offense is? It's not a trial if you're guilty or not guilty. Only that you understand what the offense is. Thank you. You have the right to a trial by jury. You have the right to be indicted by a grand jury. You have the right to a preliminary hearing. However, if you are released on bond, this shall be a waiver of that right to the preliminary hearing. Mr. Blackwell, if you understand your rights, as I shared them with you in the suit, you sign here for me. Blackwell, sign here. This is where I'm going to take your paperwork down to the Superior Court Judge's office. This Blackwell, small line right here, but this paper here is where my court is unable to give you a bond today. It's going to refer it up to the Superior Court Judge's office. You can share that with you. I'll repeat what I just said.
Blackwell, the Superior Court Judge is going to have to consider your bond request. This honorable court can't consider it today based on his protocol. So a petition for bond will have to be filed in the Superior Court. Okay? And that will be done ASAP. Okay? You'll probably have to stay in jail over the weekend. Whether or not you get a bond hearing early next week, mid next week, late next week, remains to be seen. You understand that?
I don't understand why.
That's just the way that the court conducts its business. You're charged with RICO. It's a felony. This court doesn't have the authority, will not exercise the authority to consider your bond. The Superior Court Judge will have to. Okay? You were arrested yesterday, so this is a rather fast first appearance. This court could have waited 48 to 72 hours for your first appearance, but he's doing it today out of courtesy to all of you who've been arrested just within the last 28, 30 hours. Okay?
All right, when we finish in here, I apologize.
No, go ahead.
When we finish in here, they'll let you get phone calls. If you have any questions, these officers will try to help you get some direction. You'll go with these officers. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, sir.
The other three are here.
Very good.
We're going to start with
Stevie,
Amy.
Oglesby, RC Oglesby, and who else?
Amy.
Amy.
We're going to start bringing Amy in now.
All right.
Keep looking up, Tom.
Habits are hard to deal with.
Yeah, know what was supposed to be there on the wall.
Hey, Amy.
Hi.
Stevie's wife.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm Ms. Oglesby. Ms.
Well, as
Oglesby.
can be expected, Judge Jordan.
Ms. Oglesby, my name is Thomas Jordan. I'm the Chief Magistrate Court Judge. This is your first appearance hearing on this specific offense. I'm here only to inform you of your rights, get your bond set. Excuse me. Inform you of your rights, get your paperwork moving, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Give up that right. Any statement that you make could be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you fill out an application to see if you qualify for the public defender.
Those are all just 10.
Ms. Oglesby, you've been charged with the offense of RICO racketeering in 10 counts. You understand what this offense is? It's not a trial if you're guilty or not guilty. This is only that you understand what the offense is. You want to share that with her? You wish me to read it?
You can do it, Judge.
All right.
They want to read her the specific allegation.
All right. Now, what I'm going to share with you is what the warrant states, because that's all that I know, okay? Because I'm here today, as I say, to get your paperwork started and inform you of your rights. So if you'll bear with me just a second. It reads, District Code of Georgia 16-1644, between the hours of 7 p.m. on 9/19/2019 and 8 o'clock on 9/19/2019, the place of said offense being Hart Co, Georgia, and against the laws of Georgia, said offense being described as Amy Oglesby and Stephen Oglesby did conspire through a pattern of racketeering activity through an enterprise, did commit financial transaction card fraud in violation of OCGA 16933 and financial transaction card theft in violation of OCGA 16931. When Amy Oglesby did use EBT card not issued to her, which provided to her by her Stephen Oglesby, which was traded for a quantity of marijuana. That's all that I can read, but that's all that I know.
And she has 9 different dates.
And there's 9 different dates on each of the 10,
Do
okay?
you understand what you're charged with?
Ms. Oglesby, you have the right to a trial by jury. You have the right to be indicted by a grand jury. You have the right to a preliminary hearing. However, if you are released on bond, this shall be a waiver of that right to the preliminary hearing. If you understand your rights, as I shared them with you, if you would please sign here for me. So if you'll sign here is where I'm going to take your paperwork to the Superior Court Judge's office. Those here, if you'll sign a little small line, I will be denying your bond today on these charges and passing them further to the Superior Court Judge.
The reason he's denying your bond is that he's passing that authority on to the Superior Court because of the nature of the charge. And it's this court's protocol to do that. It's just pro forma stuff. It's what he does. So a petition for bond will have to be filed in the Superior Court. Do you understand that?
When will that happen?
ASAP.
All right, we're finishing here. They'll let you get a phone call if they have any questions. These officers try to help you some direction. Thank you.
You'll be in over the weekend. Thank you.
Okay. This is racketeering times 3.
Okay, thank you.
Stephen.
Afternoon, Stephen. Good.
Hello, Mr. Oglesby. Mr. Oglesby, my name is Thomas Jordan. I'm the Chief Magistrate Court Judge. This is your first appearance hearing on these specific offenses. I'm here only to inform you of your rights and get your paperwork moving. Mr. Oglesby, you have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, any statement that you make could be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you fill out an application to see if you qualify for public defender. Mr. Oglesby, you've been charged with the offense of racketeering in 3 counts. You understand what this offense is? It's not a trial if you're guilty or not guilty, only that you understand what the offense is.
Yes.
Thank you. You have the right to a trial by jury. You have the right to be indicted by a grand jury. You have the right to a preliminary hearing. However, if you are released on bond, this shall be a waiver of that right to the preliminary hearing. If you understand your rights as I shared them with you, would please sign here for me. Just those, if you'll sign here on this top line, it's kind of small. My court will not be giving you a bond today. I'm going to be deferring this on to the Superior Court Judge's office, okay? And here, if you'll sign here for me, that's where I'll take the paperwork down to their office today.
Did my wife get a bond?
No. So let me, if you
Please.
will,
Yes, sir,
Judge,
please.
A petition for a bond has to be filed in the Superior Court. This honorable court has refused to grant bonds in all cases except the misdemeanor case. She'll get out on bond today because she's only charged with misdemeanor. You're charged with RICO as well as the 6 other defendants. And this court has deferred the consideration of bond to the Superior Court. So a petition for bond will be filed ASAP, and the hearing will hopefully be next week sometime. You'll be in over the weekend. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Oakley. Have any
We'll tell you
questions?
more about that later.
These officers help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
2 Rico. 2. Okay.
You'll have this taken for Mike.
Proceed. May I discuss preliminarily what I've been telling other
Fine, please go ahead.
persons? RC, this honorable court is going to be reviewing your rights with you, also what you're charged with. He will ask you if you understand what you're charged with. This court will not issue a bond today. It's this court's protocol to assign it to the Superior Court, to transfer it to the Superior Court, which he's going to do. I know, that's the same reaction that most people have given.
In my church, I think it just I'm a pastor of the church.
I understand. A petition for bond will be filed in the Superior Court ASAP. This court heretofore has already indicated to the others who have appeared before him in just the last few moments that he will not issue a bond in any case except the young lady who's charged with a misdemeanor.
Yes, obstruction misdemeanor.
Obstruction misdemeanor. Who is that?
Coverage.
Yeah. And so she'll be getting out of bond today. The rest will have to wait for the Superior Court to consider the question. So
That's the end.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right.
He will not issue a bond.
Good afternoon, Mr. Oglesby. Mr. Oglesby, my name is Thomas Jordan. I'm the Chief Magistrate Court Judge. This is your first appearance hearing on these specific offenses. I'm here only to inform you of your rights, get your paperwork moving. Mr. Oglesby, you have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, any statement that you make could be used against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, you fill out an application, see if you qualify for the public defender. Mr. Oglesby, you've been charged with the offense of racketeering in 2 counts, theft by shoplifting in 10. Mr. Oglesby, you understand what these offenses are. It's not a trial if you're guilty or not guilty, only that you understand what you're being charged for.
Understand?
Thank you. You have the right to a trial by jury. You have the right to be indicted by a grand jury. You have the right to a preliminary hearing. However, if you are released on bond, this shall be a waiver of that right to the preliminary hearing. I understand your rights as I shared them with you. If you would please sign here for me.
I've reviewed all this paperwork and that's safe to sign.
Mr. Oglesby, this is where I'll take the paperwork down to the Superior Court Judge's office. Mr. Oglesby, a little small line here, but if you'll sign here, this is where my court will not be issuing the bond at this time today.
It's Friday. Judges are on the bench or not in the office.
Thank you, Mr. Oglesby. If you have any questions, his office will help you with some direction.
And the
They'll
DA
get you
is
some
entitled to
phone
be
calls.
heard as well. The DA has to be there too. There has to be a hearing involving the defense and the prosecutor.
Okay. Is there a way that I can call my wife?
You can call when you get back there.
Like, they never would call them there. I ain't got no number to call it.
Captain, can you make a call from here?
We probably, I don't know if you here.